a co-founder of one of Britain's biggest fashion brands, is now a convicted rapist. James Holder, the man behind Superdry, faces years in prison after a jury found him guilty of attacking a woman in his hometown. This verdict sends shockwaves through the British fashion industry and raises urgent questions about power, wealth, and accountability. On a night out in Cheltenham in May 2022, 54-year-old James Holder committed a brutal sexual assault. The jury at Gloucester Crown Court delivered their guilty verdict after hearing harrowing testimony from the victim. Holder, who built a fashion empire worth hundreds of millions, used his position to prey on a vulnerable woman. The attack happened after an evening in the picturesque Spa town, a place Holder had called home for years. Prosecutors presented compelling evidence that left the jury with no doubt about his guilt. The victim, whose identity is protected by law, showed immense courage in coming forward and testifying against a man of such wealth and influence. James Holder founded Superdry in 2003 with Julian Dunkerton, transforming it from a small Cheltenham market stall into a global brand with stores across 5 continents. The company became famous for its Japanese-inspired graphics and vintage Americana aesthetic, worn by celebrities and generating revenues exceeding £400 million at its peak. Holder left his operational role at the company in 2016 but remained a substantial shareholder, his personal fortune estimated in the tens of millions. Beyond fashion, he'd reinvented himself as a wine entrepreneur and investor, moving in elite business circles. His conviction marks a spectacular fall from grace for someone who embodied the rags-to-riches entrepreneurial dream. This case also highlights the disturbing reality that perpetrators of sexual violence exist at every level of society, and that wealth and success do not place anyone above the law. Superdry released a brief statement distancing itself from Holder, emphasizing he has had no involvement with the company for several years. The victims' advocacy groups have praised the survivors' bravery, noting how difficult it remains for victims to come forward against powerful men. Legal experts point out that conviction rates in rape cases remain shockingly low in the UK, making this verdict significant. The fashion industry, already under scrutiny for its treatment of women and workplace culture, now faces renewed questions about accountability at the highest levels. In Cheltenham, a community known for its respectability and affluence, residents express shock that such a crime happened in their midst, committed by one of their most prominent citizens. Holder now faces a lengthy prison sentence. Sentencing will take place in the coming weeks, with judges in cases like this typically imposing substantial custodial terms. His business interests face uncertainty, and his reputation lies in ruins. The victim can finally see justice served, though the trauma of what happened and the ordeal of the trial will stay with her. Authorities hope this case sends a clear message that no amount of money or status will protect perpetrators from facing consequences. Stay informed. Stay ahead. This is Viral News Hourly.